Oh, it's in a flying saucer.
You've seen one?
Yes, definitely.
Unidentified aerial phenomena.
To cover up our mistakes.
I've met people who swear they've seen Bigfoot.
Join us for a journey into the obscure.
You are now listening to The Wow Pod.
Welcome, everyone, and tonight we have a special guest.
Welcome,
Yes.
Laura.
Yeah.
Laura's a longtime friend of the show, first-time caller.
She's actually here. She is nervous about being on...
yeah, if we could not put me on camera.
You're already on camera. Too late.
She could be the voice from beyond.
Yeah, I'm just the voice in the background.
Oz.
She would like to.
Yeah,
She's
I would like to be
the
Oz.
great and powerful Oz.
Exactly.
We'll put her behind the curtain. All you'll see is her face silhouette. Every time she coughs, it'll blow out.
Please, can I pay you to do that?
Oh, we're gonna have fun. It's a scary story night because Halloween is upon us.
Yeah, Halloween.
Yes.
And we have
Is my mic live?
Yes.
Sounds live.
Yeah, it sounds like
Yes.
and we have a
Laura's
ghost
gonna.
hunt coming up.
Yes.
So, yeah.
I'm a little nervous about that.
You are.
You are. Jared is probably shitting his pants.
Jared's only freaking out a lot a bit. Oh.
I never see us when we go live. Are we live yet?
Yes, we are live. But anyway, so everyone, as you watch it, you'll be able to comment on it and send us messages. Tonight should be a quick show, only an hour long. I know we've been running awful long shows lately, and that's because when we have kind of those longer interviews, they tend to.
And I'm not that interesting, so
Go
I
on.
only get an hour.
Oh, you'll do just great. It's going to be fun. It is going to be fun. We are almost there. Almost to the end of all this, everything. Okay, we are there. All right. Okay, so we're live. All right, welcome to the show, everyone. I still haven't figured out how to play the intro while I do everything, but everyone, welcome, Laura.
Welcome. Did you share it to Hidden Realms?
I think so. But anyways, welcome to the show, everyone, and thanks for joining us. Tonight, we're going to talk about... Laura had an experience. She had a pretty scary experience, and I think we should kind of dive right in.
Well, we have to start with...
We'll throw that in the middle. That'll be a
that
break.
has to be like right now.
That has to be right now.
Yeah,
Okay.
like Eddie Van Halen
Yeah.
literally died yesterday.
You want this just a little bit closer to you?
That has to be the starter.
Okay.
I have friends, a couple friends actually, that literally became musicians because of him.
Yeah.
Like,
He's a legend.
they watched him, they picked up a guitar, they learned how to play because of him. And he's definitely a legend. I want to give a shout out there. I think that's important. Like, it's Eddie Van Halen.
Yeah.
You know, Van Halen.
He was definitely a legend for our age group.
Oh yeah. Oh
I
yeah.
agree.
He was rocking it for us. The younger ages, they're just like, oh,
Right?
Yeah, they
Who are
don't.
you talking about?
Yeah.
They don't know who
Van
he is.
Halen. Yeah, but
But yeah, that has to be mentioned.
Okay, so
It has
Eddie
to be.
Eddie
Rest in
Van,
Still
peace.
loves music.
Eddie Van Halen passed away yesterday.
65, throat cancer.
Yeah, he had throat cancer.
you know, he aged pretty gracefully.
I agree.
In spite of his health issues.
I agree.
His
Some of them rockers from our age, from
And-
our era, do not look good.
Axl Rose. What?
Axel. Fucking love Axel.
Axel
Sorry,
Rose.
I said that.
You're okay.
But yeah, no. If you love music, you know Van Halen.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
They're
Van
part
Halen
of
is awesome.
history.
Yeah.
It's a
Some
big
of their
moment.
songs, Panama, Hot for Teacher.
For teacher.
Close enough.
All right. No, I wanted to start there. 'cause
Isn't
I
that
think
the name of the
that's important.
song?
It just reminded me of other things. So, yes.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Reminded you of your childhood. Tell us about your teacher, Laura.
No.
No,
It
set that
reminds
off
me
real
of
quick.
that Stacy. What's that song?
Stacy's mom.
Stacy's mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another
Stacy's mom has got it going on.
another
That's why
good song, but came out years after Hot for
I know.
Teacher.
And it has nothing to do with Van Halen.
Yes.
But that's what it reminds me.
Okay, so Eddie Van Halen passed away, 65 years old.
Yep.
Yeah.
His son actually joined Van Halen as a bassist on the band there towards the end.
Yeah. And his dad actually, so they're from Holland, and his dad actually played, so he played on the boat back from Holland. And
During his
so-
immigration?
Mhm.
That's
And
sweet.
so Eddie,
Was he a rocker? Was it like the boat was rocking?
yeah, and so Eddie and his brother would play for tips with his dad on the boat.
Oh, that's
How he
cool.
started.
That's
And
way cool.
He never knew how to read music. Like, he would just watch people and listen. He would watch how they played. That's how he learned to play. He
Yeah.
didn't know how to read. He didn't know how to do anything. That's how he learned how to play music. So, I think
Yeah,
that's
he's-
pretty cool.
Watching and listening.
Hmm.
Pretty cool.
Oh, definitely. Okay.
All right.
We're kind of hitting high on the mics. I'm just
Yeah,
dialing
I
that.
can't. I'm not hearing mine at all. I don't know if it's coming in for you guys or.
I hear yours.
That'll be fine there. I turned the headphones up. Hitting hot on the mics. We don't want to be living in the hot. But anyway, so
Yeah, moving on. Sorry.
tonight, Laura has the fun story for us. How's-
Haunted.
Before we go on, how's the sound, everyone? Can anyone out there watching say if it sounds distorted or maybe too much gain? Might be able to just turn up my little...
Hi, Sarah. My husband's watching. Hi, babe.
Hey, Cody.
If it sounds distorted or maybe too much gain. I know the gain's there, but not too bad. Anyway, so we are going to cover.
Dive in.
Laura had a haunting at her house.
So, how long are we talking? How long ago?
Yeah, how long ago was
So-
this? Where was the house? Was it here in town?
It was here in
How
Tooele.
close to my house was it? Do I have to
Not
get
that
one of
far
those
away.
wooden?
But I
Not that far. We talking meters, blocks, miles.
well, 2 blocks from Emily's.
Talking to the mic.
Sorry.
2 blocks from Emily's.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's where the house. But
So
how
we're
it
at
all-
least 2 miles.
yeah.
Okay, good.
So
How did it start?
what's funny is I have joked forever about wanting a haunted house, just as a joke with my
Like, I want to
kids.
live in a haunted house?
Yeah, like I just think that would be cool.
Yeah, be careful what you wish for.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just been a joke for our entire lives, and then
How long ago are we talking that you lived in this house?
I bought it 3 years ago, maybe.
So pretty recent.
Yeah.
Still suffering some PTSD.
No. Not for me, my kids maybe, but it was kind of a dream of mine to live in a haunted house. Be careful what you wish for.
Mm.
It was
So
seriously.
did you know?
Really?
Did you know when you moved in?
No.
So explain this
kind
house
of.
to us. What kind of house is this?
So it was an amazing house. It was just a rambler, 5-bedroom, but in the back was like a full-on like waterfall, trees. Like, it was gorgeous. It was amazing, and we loved it. So I was at a place at that time in my life to buy this house, But how it started was, so we got the house. And then my daughter was going to move stuff for me. Like, we had got it. And that night, she had a friend come over and she wanted to show him the house. And my grandpuppy, so she took him. And the pre-story before that is, we have a thing in our house. Like, there's always a protection sign in our house. Like, a thing that hangs in your door. So my oldest daughter is obsessed with, like, Holland.
How hard is it to get one of these? Well, hold on. The protection signs in your house?
Mm-hmm.
And it got haunted?
Well, this was before.
Did it get broken? Did it fall?
I'm getting there. What I'm saying is, so we have a thing. So
like
my
a Blair
oldest
Witch
daughter
stick doll
is obsessed with, like, Holland, Dutch tradition, blah, whatever. So I had a patient who was telling me about this. And in Holland tradition, they have the Dutch boy and girl.
Correct.
And you put that in your house. You hang it in your house as protection.
Mm-hmm.
And so...
What's a Dutch boy and girl?
They're like little wooden dolls.
Yeah. But this was like a gold version of them.
Mm-hmm.
And so my oldest daughter drew a picture for her of, like, wooden shoes and windmills and all this stuff. And it was amazing because my daughter's amazing and she's very artistic. And so in return, my patient gave me this charm, this Dutch charm of this wooden boy and girl. And she said, you hang it in your house for protection. So we did. You hang it in your, like, so we always had it in our living room. So when we bought this house, that was the first thing to go there. Like, that was a thing that hang in the hallway. And so my oldest daughter and her friend, one night, we were loading up stuff. We had just bought the house. And she wanted her friend to see it. So she took the Dutch charm first thing. And my grandpuppy. And she went to the house. And so she hung the Dutch charm. And Winnie, which is the grandpuppy, she's like, she wouldn't
So
stop
Winnie,
freaking out.
grandpuppy, for those who don't speak Laura, is your daughter's dog.
My daughter's dog. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. It's a grand dog.
It's my grandpuppy. So, so they had went that night before we moved in, and she had hung that charm on, I don't know how to explain it. You know, there's like that little hatch on the front door.
Mm-hmm.
So she had hung it there. They were trying to move some stuff in, and they rushed back, and they were like, Mom, we had to leave. Like, they couldn't even unpack the car. They're like, Winnie would not stop barking. Something is wrong with that house. And they got super freaked out, her and her friend, and they left. And she said before they went to leave, the Dutch charm fell off that hatch, which is not even physically possible. Like, and she's like, no, we can't move in there. And me, being me, I was like, yay, it's haunted. We're
I've
totally
always
moving
wanted
in
a
there.
haunted house.
Yeah, I was like, this just makes it better. And she was like, no, we can't go there. So, of course, we moved in. But again, you had a guest on the show before that talked about music playing. And that was the
That's
first.
so common.
That was the first thing. It was nonstop. It was nonstop.
Now, we had hoped that Sarah would be here tonight, but she is watching. I don't know
and
why.
Sarah sent me a kind of a, after we hear the show, kind of a list of I don't know, like a detective list, I guess you'd say, like a, what would you call it?
Investigation.
Like if she tells us the story, and then we can kind of go through the list and pick it apart. Now, that may not be something we get to tonight. We may actually, when Sarah comes back in, have her.
For those who don't know, Sarah is like the resident.
Yes.
Medium?
I have
medium, intuitive guide, and
Is she the one running the
Well, she's one of them. There's
She's
a group
one of them.
There's
Yeah.
There's a few of them there that are sensitive, I guess. I don't
Yeah.
know. That are opposite of
intuitive.
me. There's sensitives, and then there's me.
Right?
Insensitive.
Ooh, I'm the insensitive of the
Yeah.
group.
then there's-
But anyway, she does. Someone well, it was probably me on a show said demonology. She's not a demonologist, but she has an affinity for demonomy.
Demon.
Yes.
That?
Demonomy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, at least
I've been
Betsy got it
practicing.
right.
Mhm.
At any rate, I think it's called Steps to Possession, Sarah said. I think that...
And that's the music playing, like you hear the music.
I think that music is easily
Yeah.
manipulated, I guess I would say, by the energy that they create. So it's common.
And it's weird.
So
I mean, when
what
they were on the
kind of
show
music? Was it
talking
Van
about
Halen?
It was totally Van Halen.
It was probably Van
It was
Halen.
Van Halen.
Panama.
No, but it was just
It's like it's
no, it was just
it's like
weird
waterboarding. Panama.
because it was it was a 2-story house,
Mm-hmm.
and we're huge music listeners. Like, we're not TV watchers. We're not anything. If the TV's on, it's because we're playing Pandora or something. So at first you just assumed
Somebody's got it on somewhere in the
someone's
house.
got music on. Yeah, in the house. And it was
Did everyone hear the same music?
yeah, and it was a big enough house that at first we just all figured, because we are all music listeners.
You just thought maybe one of your daughters was playing it.
Exactly,
They thought you were playing
exactly. Because someone
Was
was,
it-
always
it.
playing
Was it
music.
rock or did it change? Was it always the same?
See now, old music, like an old, like that creepy old dance hall music, that
See,
would be scary. It was more relatable.
Yeah, it was more relatable.
I don't know. I think
Was it like
something-
Garth Brooks?
God.
Like,
I
I
think-
got friends.
I mean, I love
I
Garth.
think something
Nothing
from a
against
circus
Garth,
or
but-
like a carnival.
Oh.
Boom, dun, dun, boom, dun.
Yeah,
Or polka.
No,
Oh boy.
you would get
Where?
down to polka.
I would get down, but if I'm just hearing out of nowhere, first I'm downstairs wondering what the boys got going on.
I swear to God, it was what we would listen to.
Okay,
Like-
so it was
So it
I
was
don't
you.
know
It
how
was
to
totally
explain
relatable.
that.
so it was FM
was more-
100 contemporary rock, you know.
I hate you so much right now. No, but it was like, it made it even more seem like it was someone in the house, because it's something
It was so
one
normal.
of us would listen to. And I did live in a house right before that where the guy next to me, thank God, played the drums, and so you'd hear music all the time, which I loved. Begged him, wanted to pay him to never stop doing that.
Just keep.
Yeah,
Drumming
if I'm
away.
ever a millionaire,
You're the
I'm just
perfect
gonna
neighbor for
pay
her.
someone
You're just gonna
For my
hire-
son.
play.
You're gonna walk
Yeah.
in the house. And
Please play
they're gonna be
music in
dressed
my
like an
living room.
orchestra. Play the tune for me, Jeeves.
Yeah.
And then
My-
they'll break out in like a rock 80s rock ballad.
Yeah,
Our
most
boy
people-
Dustin is always jamming out to guitar, and he's had to
See?
like tell all of his neighbors, like, I jam for an hour a day, and then it's over.
Why an hour?
Yeah,
Honestly.
because he's afraid. Like he's
Most
afraid
people-
that people are going to like
Get mad.
be mad.
Yeah. Most people, they have dreams when they win the lottery that I never play. But if I ever did, I would just hire someone to play. In
Just
my living
play
room.
constantly.
What about like
Never
some
stop.
island music with that steel drum? Bing, 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 bing.
No, but
No?
that's what made it weird. Is we all heard it, but you
Okay.
could never find
So
it
at different
So the-
times, what
so-
time would you hear this playing?
all day.
So at
all
some
the
point,
time.
you guys started looking for it.
Yeah, we were constantly looking for it.
Okay.
So
Could you hear it outside?
No, and that
Just
was the
in the
other
house.
thing. Is then you were like, and I lived in a neighborhood that was surrounded by the elderly. Let's put it that way. So no one was rocking out to anything, but we would walk outside.
You were that neighbor. Oh, that young whippersnapper.
Yeah, I was the annoying neighbor that played music and had barbecues, and
Back in my day.
but we would walk outside and nothing, absolutely nothing. So
What about like when you put your head up close to the door or windows?
it got?
So it was only
It
while
was
you were
coming
inside.
from the house.
It was coming from the house.
Did you guys play science? Like one of you stand outside, one stand inside.
Yeah. We did all of that.
And you confirmed, like, once
Yeah.
you cross the
So
threshold.
I would stand upstairs.
Well, yeah, because it'd make you crazy. Like, where is this coming
the
from?
kids would run downstairs. But the thing is
My demon would be playing Boy George all day.
Like, if I
Culture Club.
no, the kids lived downstairs, and there was a bathroom down there. And the worst was from that bathroom and my bedroom. So if you laid in my bed, you could hear it like...
So it was concentrated on you.
Yeah, so if you went to the downstairs bathroom, which is where they were, my kids were downstairs. They lived downstairs. That was their bathroom. So if you went into that shower or that bathroom, it was super loud. And if you went into my bedroom, it was super loud.
Now,
Like,
where
I
were
couldn't
they
sleep.
in relation to each other in the house? Was
So
your
the
bedroom,
bathroom is right above, or right below.
the bedroom was right above the bathroom, so
Yeah.
it was centered there.
Mhm.
And they ever play any deep tracks of Devo? You know that Whip It Good guys, but a deep track, like one of the
Thank
songs
God,
you've never
no.
heard of.
No, but honestly, I couldn't even sleep.
you know all these deep tracks you speak of?
I know none of them. But if I ever hear one and
No, I
recognize
couldn't
it,
even sleep.
See, if I hear, it's like if I hear water dripping in the house, I'm wide awake.
oh, I think
And I will not stop
think
till I
all
find
the
it.
listeners can express that is shocking, considering you cannot hear a smoke alarm.
It's true. It's true.
Fucking-
You can't hear a smoke alarm, but you can hear water drip.
Yeah, no,
See,
it beeped for
there's
months.
just-
Jared was like, "What's that sound?" Like, I don't know.
We recorded one time from her house and chirp. Oh, chirp. Oh.
Yeah, no.
And
If I
Betsy's like,
hear a water,
I don't hear a thing. But if a water
if I
drips-
hear water dripping, I'm up. I'm finding it. I don't know where it's at, but I'm finding it. So how did you sleep?
No, this is the thing is my youngest daughter, she's been through a lot of trauma. So she had her own room, but she basically slept with me all the time. For safety. And but it got to the point where my kids would not shower downstairs. They refused.
Because you could hear it in the shower.
Because you could. And I showered down there once, and it did not stop. The music did not stop.
Does it change tracks, or is it like one song?
I don't even know.
Did you ever?
I don't even know how to answer that. It was just constant. It was like you were in the shower and someone was playing music right outside of the shower door.
So you don't remember like any of the specific songs?
No, because that didn't matter at the time.
Okay.
Just
it was
where
just
the
like,
hell is the music
where the
coming
hell
from?
is it coming from? Exactly.
Thought maybe like the previous owner buried a clock radio in there and
No,
waiting for the
but-
9-volt to die.
So my kids refused. We just stopped using that bathroom. But because my youngest daughter had trauma and was sleeping with me, I was right above that bathroom. You could hear it. Like you couldn't sleep. You could hear
How
it
loud,
as I laid on the pillow. And so I think that's part of the reason she kept sleeping with me is because it was...
Now her daughter was 23 at the time. Just
She wasn't.
now, how loud was it? Like
It was like someone was playing it in the next room.
so it wasn't overbearing. You could hold a conversation, but it was
Right.
there.
But it was
clearly.
like someone was playing it outside the room.
Okay.
Always. Constantly.
Oh my hell!
So
is this why you
how
moved?
No. I never would have moved out of haunted house.
Even with all of
No.
that, did it stop?
No, it got worse.
I don't know if I'd have moved out as much as I'd have burned it down.
I would still live there. My kids still give me shit to this day because I say I miss living in a haunted
What
house.
if it was playing I don't know,
country?
no,
Then,
what's
yeah,
that?
I probably would have
What's
burnt
that
it down.
cat's name? He was real popular. That on his album was just the picture of the Mickey Thompson.
Oh yeah,
If it was
Brian,
playing country, I would have burnt the house down.
what's that
I'll be
cat?
Brian McAdams or Brian.
No, he played the saxophone or something. I can't remember.
I don't
What
know.
was his name?
There's nothing wrong with this.
No, he sung that song that was in I don't know, some movie of some
So what happened
Help me
after
out, people.
this?
So then one night,
Oh, the scary.
Yeah, the scary.
Gay.
So the radio doesn't scare you.
The music changes.
No, it was weird. It was rough, but it didn't scare me. It was just like, what the hell, kind of thing. And it had already scared my oldest daughter a little bit because of the Dutch charm and the dog and everything. And
I'd have been poking holes in walls.
Winnie
Is it in here?
still lived with
Nope.
me.
Is it in here?
Because my oldest daughter's house wasn't allowed to take her, so she basically lived with me.
So the
she
grand
was
dog baby.
my grandpuppy, yeah. So she was still freaking out. That was also happening.
So the dog heard it too?
She
You
heard or
you
saw
haunted
something.
a dog?
I
Poor
didn't hurt
dog.
anything.
ASCPA.
So we're
No
allowed
dogs
some
were
sleeping.
harmed in the making of this podcast.
They were
wanna
not
be clear.
harmed. They were cuddled. Anyway, so then we had this medium. She's going to be on the show one day. Her name was Kelly. So, me and my
Yeah,
girl,
Kelly is a future guest. She was supposed to be on a couple weeks ago, but she's got some things going on, but we're still working on that. We want her to come on. She does a little bit of
she's amazing.
amazing work.
So you had her come to the house?
So yeah, so me and my girls knew her very well. We visited her on a regular basis. Like we went and met with her because we had a lot of stuff going on in our lives. So she was a big part of our life, and I know now, didn't at the time. One night, I was just having a rough night. I was going through a lot of stuff, and I was having a rough night, and I was sitting on the deck on the back of this house, and my father's passed away, my brother's passed away, and so I remember saying, anyone, just anyone come help me. Like, I need someone tonight. Like, I need someone.
Oh, no.
And I've learned since then,
Anyone is the trigger.
yeah,
you
that
might
You've
have called
welcomed
it
in
I
a
anyone.
little bit of
Exactly.
cardboardo action. He come in. Next
Yeah.
thing you know, the
well, I
button on the channel changer on the clicker goes backwards.
yeah.
He's a deviant.
So I started with dad, brother, like whatever, please, anyone, and then it just turned to anyone, like, because no one was showing up, like I felt, and I was just done. I was done that day. So I kept saying anyone, and now I know that's a bad thing.
Probably not a good thing.
So you think?
I kept saying anyone, and that's when shit started.
Well, let me ask a question. So the constant music hearing, and then you said anyone, but it sounds like bad stuff happens after that.
Hmm.
Do you think that was the same entity, or do you think maybe you had?
Okay, did it feel different?
It felt completely different. I feel like I let someone in a really bad place one night.
Okay.
So what happened?
Okay, on to the scary. I'm
Yeah.
nervous now.
I know. It was bad. So, shit got bad. It got really bad. So, again, I was there. I was having a rough time. And there was this overwhelming feeling of someone was there, you know? And at first I was comforted because that's what I had asked
Because you'd been
for.
asking for...
But within 3 seconds, I was terrified. Terrified. And I'm not terrified of anything. And my dogs, so I had 2 dogs at the time and a cat at my house. And they wouldn't stop. They would not stop barking. Everything felt terrible. And then, so my dad passed away from cancer. And so I had this picture that's just become this picture of him that I took when I was 9. I don't know, when we were camping one day. But it's just become like this picture that everyone uses of him. So I had it sitting by my TV, and it hit the ground and shattered, and then his face was completely scratched out.
So you picked it up
Mm-hmm.
and saw that...
So it's in one of those like leaning
I
frames,
still have it, yeah.
and it fell down.
So it fell off the entertainment center, and then his face is completely scratched out. And I picked it up, and his face had been completely scratched out, and all the glass was broke. And I
Did
was
you recognize right then,
right then?
like,
yeah,
what the hell is happening?
yeah. And then the dogs would not stop barking, and then everything in the house just turned to shit. So I called my oldest daughter, and I'm like, you need to come get the dogs. Like, I think I let something in. I called Kelly, and I was like, what did I do? Like,
How long between when you invited it in and you initiated the calling?
10 minutes, maybe.
Okay.
So what did anything
So-
else happen other than the picture?
So I called Kelly, and I was like, I think I said the wrong thing. Something is here. And I had just, to backtrack a little bit, I had just met with her like 2 days before, and she said something is following you. So
That thing might have been, okay, either it was the music guy following you, or it might have been the bad thing waiting for you to invite it.
I don't know, but she had already told me that. Like, in a session, she said something is following you. Something is after
in like
you.
a card session?
No, she
See-
doesn't do cards. She
Or
does,
what kind of session?
So Kelly does mediums. So you go and meet with her, and she just kind of
Communicates with whoever's with
right,
you.
I would-
exactly in the room.
I would not
She
be
lets
okay if
you-
someone said something's following you.
Do you remember we had Les on,
Uh-huh.
and he talked about that? That is,
Yeah.
he said that he had gone in
Heart is
to
already
see a
beating
medium.
so fast.
He said he had gone in to see a medium with a friend of his,
And
and
she
his
threw
friend
him.
walked in, and he walked in behind his friend, and she looked past his friend, looked right at him, and said, "You leave and take whatever you've got with you out of my shop."
Mhm.
She turned him right around at the door, and he was like, "What?" And she was like, "Go. You have something with you. Get the hell out of here."
And
Mm.
see, that's what happens with Kelly is you go and meet with her, and you just talk, and you have people come in the room, ancestors, people that have passed away or whatever, and she talks to them and you at the same time. Well, 2 days before all this happened, she had said someone else is here. She's like, someone's following you, and I was like, who is it? And she didn't know, and I didn't know. And
So it wasn't an ancestor or someone.
Did she have the feeling that it wasn't friendly? Even then?
Yeah. And then I said what I said, which I've learned to not say out loud anymore, but that was 2 days later. So yeah, then all this shit happened. So then I called my oldest daughter, and I was like, come get the dogs. You need to come get the dogs.
Come get the dogs? Why did you stay?
Because it's
Come-
my house.
Come get me.
No,
Come get me and the dogs.
no, come get the dogs.
We're 2 blocks away.
She said the same thing.
Bring a real estate agent.
And
She said the exact same thing. She's like, no, I'm coming to get you out. I'm like, no, just come get the dogs. Because they, and my dogs, you know my dogs. You both know my dogs. Like, they're like, just wake me up when I need to eat, you know? So
Yeah.
they never, and they were losing their mind. They would not stop. They would not stop running and barking and freaking out. So I was like, you need to come get the dogs. Like, some shit's happening right now. So she showed up with her friend, and she got the dogs. Well, I was dealing with other shit that was going on in the house. And so she had opened the door and came and got the dogs, and the front door was left open. So she came back to check in on me, and the door literally slammed shut in front of her.
Like closed so she
Closed
couldn't get
her
in.
out.
Closed
This
hard.
is like a serious
It
scary
was,
movie,
yeah,
actually.
it closed so hard. It scared both of us. She called me from the parking lot and was like, Mom, get out. Mom, get out. And I was like, just take the dogs. Just take the dogs. And then she was like, why won't you leave? And I'm like, because this is our house. This
So
is
what's
my house.
what's happening in the meantime?
Everything. Like, the cupboards are slamming. Like, I told Riley, just get out. Just
Like full-on poltergeist
yeah,
action.
it was
Cupboards are
so
slamming.
scary.
Chairs
Riley
are
was
stacked on a
so
table.
scared. Sorry for saying your name. I didn't mean to say your name. But yeah, it was bad. Like, they slammed right in front of her. And
Where was your
that's-
youngest at this time?
Thank God, not there. She was staying at a friend's. She
Okay.
doesn't know any of this ever happened. I hope she never finds out.
You know, you told her about this podcast just the other night.
I know. So I didn't want to do it. I hope she never hears any of this, because she doesn't know. But
I think she's mature enough to manage it.
Riley does, and yeah.
Quit
So
saying her
Riley
name.
was texting me from the parking lot, and she was like, get out right now." And I was like, "No, this is my house. This is our house. Like, I'm protecting our shit. Like, they can go. I'm not going."
What else did it break? So it's slamming
then-
cupboards.
Yeah. So then
It scratched the
we had
face off
bought
a picture.
big brand new TV,
Uh-huh.
and it threw it on the floor.
Oh.
So then I have all this. I wish I had it on this phone. I have a brand new phone, sorry. But I recorded it. And so it threw the TV on the floor, and I have no idea how. Didn't break, didn't anything. So I picked the TV back up. I did run out of the house for a second after that happened, and I was like, should I be here? Should I be here? Should I leave? But I'm stubborn as shit. And I was like, no, this is my freaking house. No, you leave. I'm not leaving.
So you had already called Kelly at this time.
Yeah, so
to come
Kelly
over.
was on the phone with me, and she was trying to help me, like, this is what you do. And I think she was even freaked out. I don't think she
So
even knew what to do.
What was she telling you to do?
She told me to create a portal and to send it away.
Did you follow that up with
Well, I was busy.
how do you create a portal?
She did. She told me all that. But at the
Okay.
time, like, all this shit's going on.
It's hard to
And-
focus.
Yeah.
So with your
So-
right hand, you're
Yeah,
woo-wooing
exactly.
the portal.
So she's like, do all this. And I'm like, okay, all this shit's happening. And so it's hard. I think we're both freaking out. And she's trying to get there. I can't remember why she couldn't actually physically come, but she was trying to get there. So I picked the TV back up. That was completely off, by the way. We're not TV watchers again. But I pick it back up and I put it on. And this is the same stand that my dad's picture has already been knocked off and scratched and effed up. And that's a harder part because this was the original picture that my dad, like, this is the original picture of my dad. For some reason that we all used. I'm the one that took it. I'm the one that had it. I'm the one that had it framed, and now it's scratched
Destroyed.
up and destroyed, and I don't have another copy of it. Like, so,
Makes me wonder if the spirits heard, or whatever this was,
Well, I
the
did
entity
ask for
heard
my
you ask
dad
for your dad.
originally. Yeah.
And then when you said anyone, it went
Yeah.
straight for his picture.
Yeah. So I picked up the TV and I put it back on the stand, and it wasn't broken, and then it just started playing shit. Like, it wasn't even on.
But sound started coming out of it.
Yeah, and so this is hours, by the way. This is hours and hours of this happening. So Riley
So
had,
for hours,
you
you're
saying
running
things?
around the house,
Mhm.
like policing up after the monster
this is
ghost.
hours, yeah. So in these hours, Riley's friend had brought me this huge bundle of sage. And she's like, sage the freaking house.
Like sagebrush sage or
Like actual sage.
actual sage.
So I started saging everything, and Riley was there, and the TV was not on. It was completely black, and this dude just showed up. He just showed up on
Like
the
a
TV.
face showed up. Oh,
And it
what did-
started laughing.
What
and
did it look like?
I don't even know how to explain it. And he started laughing, and Riley literally said, I can't come back here. And she took off and didn't visit for 6 months. She's like, I can't. And then after she left, it just started playing like random songs. It wasn't even on. The TV wasn't even on. And it just started playing random shit, like over
Kind
and
of
over
scanning
and over.
through it.
And you couldn't shut it off because it wasn't even on. Like, there was no reason it should have even been playing. So, yeah. So then Kelly, finally, there was a break, and she even said leave. And I'm like, no, this is my house. This
So
is
like
my house.
the ghost
I'm not leaving.
or the possessed thing
Whatever
took
I
a
called
break.
in. No, it never took a break. I
Oh,
just refused to leave.
So okay. It threw a TV down. It threw the picture down and scratched the face up. It was like slamming cupboards, doors. What else did it damage?
That's it. The rest of the time, it just
made a
messed with
racket.
me. Yeah.
Okay.
I was terrified to go outside. We did not go outside. I tried to go.
You were afraid to leave?
Why?
Because I tried to go in the backyard for a second,
Close the door.
and yeah, it just,
Kind of like when it slammed it on your daughter.
yeah, like you weren't allowed to leave.
It would close the door on, like as you were trying to leave?
And I was afraid if I actually made it outside, I wouldn't be able to get back in.
Oh, it sounds like a tragedy, really. You can't get back into haunted house.
Well, it's my house.
I don't understand
And my
that.
stubbornness kicked in, and I was like, F you. Like,
I
F
would've-
you.
I
Like,
would
I
have.
may have called you in, but you don't win.
Were you saying things like out loud to
Oh,
it,
yeah.
like you've got to leave, or
Yeah. The whole time I was like, this is my house. You can get the hell out. I'm not going anywhere. Like, this is my house, and this is my kids, and you can go. I'm not going anywhere. And even Kelly was like, get out. And I was like, no, it doesn't win. It does not win.
Hold the
This is
mic
my
just a
house.
little bit
that's
closer.
craziness.
Yeah, it was bad, and I thank God my youngest wasn't there, because I think it was hard enough for my oldest, but I don't think my youngest could have taken it. And she doesn't know. She doesn't know the story at all.
Robin says this gal has balls. Pardon my French. No shit. I'm sitting here thinking I didn't even know you before tonight. Like, like you're a badass. If something happens in my house, I'll be like, Laura,
Right?
I'm gonna need you down here.
Well, I mean, first of
Exactly.
all, the ghost closes a door in my face. It better be able to stop me from jumping out the window.
See, and I
There's more
that
than one
fight or
way out.
flight? Like, I'm the fight. Like, you bring it. You mess with
Oh,
my
hey,
kids
I'm
or
all
my
about-
stuff.
I'm
like,
all about fighting. Like if a bird,
if it's something I can see, if I
If
can
a-
size it up.
I don't
if a
even care if I
bird gets
can
caught
see
in the
you.
house, I'll catch it in a bucket and put it outside, or
I have my husband do that kind of stuff.
But a ghost, no.
Yeah, no. See, and you don't fuck with my kids. You don't.
So how did this all?
But they weren't even there. It was just you.
I don't care. It was still our house, and like my kids were still coming the next day. It was still our house, our space. Like, you don't mess with my kids or my
So did
stuff.
Kelly eventually show up over there?
Okay.
No, she couldn't. So I still can't remember.
So you made a portal.
Yeah, but she did tell me.
What do you do with the portal?
So
Do you portal out, or do you try to push the bad thing into it?
you push it into it.
How do you
So
do that?
She taught me how to make a portal and get it out.
Mm-hmm.
And
Do you still remember? Are you practicing?
yeah, I know. I
Okay.
will remember this night forever in my life. So she taught me. She called me and said she couldn't get there. She was trying to get there. So she taught me how to make it, and she taught me how to send it out. And I did. I did all of that. And within an hour, my house was just calm. It was just calm. It just stopped. It all
So that thing.
The
punctured-
radio stopped as well.
everything stopped.
Really?
Everything.
I wonder if it was there the whole time.
How long was the radio, the sound, the music playing before this night?
A year.
A year
A year.
without sleep, not being able to
There
find.
wouldn't have been a single solitary stitch of sheetrock left in that house. I would have peeled it to the studs to
Yeah.
find that sound.
No, we did for a while. I mean, a long time. We all tried to figure out, is it the neighbor? Is it this? Like, we did a lot of, you run downstairs, I'll run upstairs. Like, we did all of that. And then after a while, it was just like, well, it's not hurting anyone.
Except for that whole not sleeping thing.
I don't sleep anyway. It just became a, we don't know, who cares.
A year.
It doesn't scare us anymore. We can't find it, but who the hell knows? We just got used to it. We really just got used to it. It was just a thing that we didn't know.
I could see that. Have you ever heard my garage when it's windy?
Mm-mm.
It goes, whoa. It sounds like ghosts in the
Does
garage.
it really?
When we first moved in, I was like, oh, no.
I would be insulating those.
We have got to
panels.
fix that. That is ridiculous. Now, it howls. I'm just like, look,
that
the
There's
garage
a-
ghost. You
the
just get
most
used to it.
awesome- The most awesome hike in Salt Lake. I wish I knew where it was right now. But if you take it, it goes all the way up, and then you can see all of Salt Lake City from the top. But because of the way that the trees are placed and when the wind blows, it sounds like ghosts. It sounds like ghosts howling the entire way up. Love it. Love it.
How fast can Jared run down? We know you get used to stuff.
Yeah.
We're clear on that. Everyone.
It may be
it
chirping
just-
now as I speak, babe. Is our thing chirping? He's probably used to it too.
No, didn't
Yeah,
you
it
replace the
became
battery in
something
it?
like
We
that.
have in all of them. The problem is they're all tied together. So every year, our homeowners insurance sends us brand new 9-volt batteries for all of our fire alarms.
And every year you have one battery left over.
And
You
no,
just
and
can't
every
explain
year
it.
we just change them all out. And so Cody goes along, but they're all connected. So when one chirps, like one downstairs will chirp, and then it'll chirp back upstairs. Like who knows where it's coming from? I don't know if it's still chirping. It might be. You should come over and let me know.
Drive me up a wall.
It would be.
And a ghost in the house. I ain't fighting for it.
How long after this whole experience did you live there?
Until I lost it. Like, I would still live there if I could, honestly.
Well, now that it's not haunted, I might feel comfortable
I
visiting.
still would, even if it was. I'm a
Really, even
weirdo.
if like the bad one,
Well, because
you just can't have nice things. But
no, like, because I feel like I let something in. I did that. I let something in. I don't feel like what was happening before was like an evil, terrible thing. Something was there, but it wasn't hurting us. Like, it wasn't. I was totally.
Do you think you got rid of it in that portal as well? Like maybe it was non-discriminatory.
Yeah, because then everything went away. Yeah, but I never was scared or worried before that, and I would live there again today, even with the music and everything. I let something in, and a really bad night on the deck. I said some shit that I shouldn't have never said.
well, yeah,
I said anyone.
you didn't intend for that to
Yeah.
happen, though. But
So before that, it wasn't scary. It was kind of interesting. Like, I still give my kids shit to this day. I'm like, kind of miss the scary house. And they're like, what is wrong with you? Because I had
they're
always,
not alone. They're
I
not
know.
alone.
I had always joked about wanting to live in a haunted house, and then we did. And still to this day, I'm like, kind of miss the haunted house.
So, you got what you wished for.
Yeah, in a really bad way.
I wish for a house that makes pancakes every morning.
Yes.
See?
Magical steak making.
No,
house.
because
Steak.
it'll be pancakes
Steak and pancakes.
and deep tracks of Devo or Culture Club. Not even their good songs.
No, I don't know. I'm not actually scared by the paranormal. I'm so interested. I so believe in all of it.
Spirit doesn't scare me,
Thank you.
but
Right?
entities that I can't explain or that I have no grayscale for. I don't understand their emotions. I don't understand, what drives them, what motivates them. Those scare me. Like dark entities scare me. But spirit,
Yeah, and I
even
agree.
spirit
And
being,
I feel like you
spirit.
can tell the difference.
I've never come across, knock on wood, a dark entity. Well,
Like, I feel
now
like
I may have, but I didn't recognize it because I, like Jared,
you
I
do.
got out of that house so fast. Like, I burned a strip down the driveway. I called my dad, and I met him a mile up the road. That's how fast I went.
With me, there's a cartoon hole that looks like me in
Yeah.
the door.
Yeah. I mean,
See, and that's how everyone was with
but
me
it was
that
with
night.
music in my experience
They were
as
like,
well.
get the hell out of that house. And I was like, no. fuck them.
So you had an experience with music?
Yes, it was music. A friend of mine, we were at her house. They had these lovebirds, and if you've ever had
I know where you're
lovebirds-
talking about.
Yeah,
Okay.
these lovebirds never shut up. They never shut up. Like, shut up your birds, girl. They never shut up. So we're sitting there, and we're visiting, and there's a group of us there, and I suddenly noticed that the lovebirds are quiet. So I was like, dude, your birds are dead. She's like, that's
Which is
weird. They
'cause
never shut
usually
up.
They would do the opposite.
They never
Animals
shut up.
usually get louder.
Yeah, so she peeks
Unless
around the corner.
The birds are like, I'm food. I don't want to be food.
So she peeks around the corner.
Like PJ trying to take a pee in the backyard. He was like,
Yeah.
please don't eat me.
And she's like, the birds are fine, but they're really quiet. It was right about then that it was an old dial radio that her dad would listen to. It was on the counter. It just starts scanning through channels. Now, you have to physically turn the dial. It's not like a digital radio. And it's just like... And I was like, oh, what the hell? And to give some context, her sister was tortured in this house. The rest of us weren't, but her sister was absolutely tortured. We think it broke her, honestly. We'd like to have her on the show and have her share her story or give us permission to share her story, but they had attic stairs, so we're in the main floor. They have no basement. And I literally am on the phone with this radio is finding stations, and I've called my dad already. I'm like, I'm clear the hell far away from home. It's dark as shit, but I'm leaving, so you better leave. And he's slow.
Right.
Slowest man on the planet. I'm like, you better leave now. So right about then, we hear the attic door open. Now, this attic door is a 3-part. So first, the latch has to open. Her dad always kept it locked. I don't know what he kept up there, but he always kept it locked. It swings down the first time, and it kind of stops on its hinges. And then it's got a ladder that goes clunk, and then snap, hits the floor. And I will tell you, that ladder hit the floor about 2 seconds before I was out the door. That was my only experience. And listening to her sister give her version of what she experienced in that house, I may have been there when something dark was there. I wasn't sticking around. I wasn't like, this is my house. Hell no.
But I
Neither
feel
was
like-
the other people
but
that
it wasn't
live in
your
that
house.
house. Yeah. Let me tell you, none of us. We all split. The people who lived there, everyone got the hell out.
Oh yeah, I'm
Yeah,
gone.
we didn't stick around. I literally met my dad a mile up the road.
But, you know, you're a mom. You know the mama bear instinct. You're like, mama bear kicks in. So, let's just say that exact same thing happened to your house. Mama bear's going to kick in.
Yeah,
Like, you can all go to hell.
Then I'm
I
leaving.
gather
I don't
kids.
care.
Sick kids.
I gather kids. I gather valuable
Well,
items, and
that
we all
part-
leave together.
At that
Can you
point,
imagine if
though-
I had to get out of this house quick?
No, at that point, my youngest was gone. My oldest had just picked up my other most important values.
Then you're free
my
to leave.
dogs.
Yeah, nothing left
So
holding you
at
there.
that point, it
There-
was
I found a
just
scorpion
me
in my house at one time,
protecting
and I
my
was like,
house.
okay, well, pack what you can carry, kids.
Yes. Bring the gasoline.
But there's some.
I call my son freaking out. There's a scorpion in the house. He was like, put a glass over it, Mom.
I think
I was like, take what you can carry. We're leaving.
Imagine how Mom felt when Eric would bring him home.
Yeah.
And he didn't bring him home in a jar or a Tupperware. It was in a Solo cup.
Yeah.
Not even that, a paper water cup. And no lid. He brought it home, sat it down. And so for fun, he goes and catches a black widow and fight to the death.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
ignored each
Eric.
other, but
they
Yeah.
ignored each other.
so
No,
Robin
me
says-
personally,
Robin says the Tibetan lamas call them hungry ghosts.
hungry ghosts.
Yeah, hungry ghosts.
The ones that cause problems, maybe she's
Like
talking
a
about.
demon is a hungry ghost.
Well, I don't know if a demon. I don't know if
I'm just wondering if that's what she means.
Maybe the ghost that gets called in. Maybe that's what they call that. But yeah.
Yeah, in the
Maybe the music was Duran Duran, "Hungry Like a Wolf." Huh?
I'm gonna play a joke on Jared.
Van
One day
Halen.
he's gonna have some.
You have to turn up loud. Remember, substantial hearing loss.
We're gonna have it playing in various parts of his house. Make him go find it.
I love that you can tell this whole story, and all he cares about is who was the music that was
Who
playing.
was playing?
Who was playing? I just need to know who was playing. I don't care about anything else you said. I just need to know who was on the radio.
Sorry, I got sidetracked again, folks.
Yeah, that's.
It was Van Halen. We just died with that like a long time ago.
So
Reach down between my legs.
that
ease the seat back.
wouldn't be residual energy. That wouldn't be poltergeist, so to speak.
That wouldn't. Well, poltergeist.
It's usually around teenage angst and things like that.
That's
correct.
Well, most ghosts, most things are called in by you, and
You were in a super vulnerable point that
I know.
that
It
night.
was bad.
You likely
It
just
was-
opened the floodgates.
and
I
whatever
totally
was
opened-
following you was just waiting, and maybe whatever was following you was manipulating your environment to get you into that state.
Yeah, to weaken you.
Like whatever bad was going on.
Well, and they already say that when you're weak, when you're down, when you're vulnerable, like you're more susceptible. And I
or if you've got like
use the wrong terminology.
people that have substance abuse problems have these issues, from what I understand, or people who have marital strife.
Yeah, no, I was going through a lot of really hard stuff, and I had already been warned by Kelly, and I didn't know at the time to not use the words that I used. I literally just said anyone. I still remember to this day crying on the deck and just said anyone.
begging
Anyone
for it to show up.
Yeah,
Pull the
just
mic a little bit
anyone
closer,
show
Laura.
up because I need someone right now. Just anyone. And I remember saying anyone over and over and over because I needed anyone right then, and I asked for the wrong thing. And
That's
then
scary.
all hell went loose, and I have learned not to say that.
Do you still have like scary nightmares because of it, or thoughts?
Yeah, where
Seriously?
she's like shows up and she's wearing armor and she's slaying demons.
No, because I
Seriously, if something like
Kick
that
his
happened to
ass.
me,
I'm telling you,
it's going to be a rough go for about 3 or 4 decades.
No, I kicked
I
his
would have
ass.
showed up 3
That's
days
fine.
later. I would have pounded a sign into the front yard, house for sale.
For
No.
sale by owner, not here.
I actually
Yeah.
missed the house. I wish I still had the house. With the music and all, like the ghosts, and not the demons, but the ghosts, like I would take it all back.
Well, I would like to. Hopefully, when Sarah does,
I actually drove by the house today.
did you?
Yeah.
When Sarah does come back on, or the paranormal girls, they all have a lot of experience when they come on, or when we get Kelly on. I would like to explore a little more of what their impressions are of it. You know.
No, I freaked out Kelly even. That's how.
Well, I can't wait till Kelly comes on. I want to.
I think she didn't even know what the hell to do. It was
It's
so bad.
probably very seldom in her practice that she
Yeah.
runs into
I don't
these
think
types
she-
of-
yeah.
Does Kelly like seek out things like that?
I don't
or?
know, and I didn't ask, and that was probably rude. I just know that I had just met with her, and she was kind of my paranormal go-to. So when it all happened, I just called her,
yeah.
and I was like, Kelly, like, help me.
Something's happening.
So I don't know if she normally does that. She did it for me.
Well, I know the paranormal girls and Sarah. Well, a lot of that group. You know, the paranormal girls, Sarah. They've got more people in the group, but the paranormal girls actually go and investigate houses for people. They go help people
yeah.
out.
See, and
under-
I had never done that because I don't know. I guess I didn't care. I wasn't bothered.
They were like, I like
it
music.
It became like the
It's
water
alright.
drip in your house.
No.
You know? It just became we can't figure out thing, but it wasn't scary. It never felt scary. Like,
See, if I can explain it, like if my garage howled constantly and I couldn't figure out what was howling, I would tear the house apart till I figured it out. So the radio thing would make me insane.
If my garage howled constantly, I'd fix it. That'd drive me up a wall.
So
But just like when my
what
fire...
would you do if you heard music every night?
You'd find it.
I'd find it.
You can't. We couldn't.
Yeah, what would you do if you couldn't find it?
I've got some equity in the house.
You would just put it up for sale. You're so full.
You'd go shopping for a Winnebago.
No, but I'm just
Finally, my
saying.
dreams come true. I go downstairs.
Everyone out. No, but really, that's what happened. Is we couldn't find it, and it just became.
Bring
a
the mic in.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if
It
you don't
became a water drip
have
in the house.
another,
Just aim the mic at you.
if you don't have another option, or if you just are hell bent on staying there, I guess. But
I'm totally hell bent on staying there. It's my house. And I'm into all that kind of stuff.
The
I don't
only thing
care.
that would concern
as
me...
long as you don't feel evil, I don't care.
The thing that would concern me the most is...
what song is it playing?
Right? That's all he cares about. Who is it playing?
Well, does it then follow me to the Winnebago?
Of course it
Yeah.
That's the next thing that'd get me.
So have you had any experiences beyond this house where you thought, oh shit, they're still here, or it's back, or
does. No.
that was it?
No. And I don't know why, but I know it's still there.
At that house?
Hmm.
The bad thing?
No, I don't think the
Or
bad,
just
bad
the-
thing, but I think the original thing. Like I said, I drove by it today. There's this pulling. It pulls me to it. I drove by there today again. There's.
So you can sense it in there.
Like,
So
I
maybe
think
you
it's
got a
still
little
there.
bit of sensitivity to stuff.
I'm also very weird. So there's this house on First East that has been for rent. It's for rent every 3 months. It's just a constant thing.
Or it's perfect for you.
I know, and so I
You're like, but is it haunted?
told my kids once, and I'm like, I bet it's haunted. That's why no one will rent it for longer than a couple months. It's always for rent, always. And I'm like, I bet it's haunted. So I told my kids one point, and this was before we got our house. I was like, I'm just gonna pretend I want to rent it, and I'm gonna pay you to stay there for a night. I'm gonna go pay. I'm gonna pretend I want to rent it, and we're just gonna pay for a night to stay there because I just want to see. And both my kids are like, "No, you're a weirdo," and I was like, "No, let's do it. Let's just go do it." But then some missionaries came by because my daughter was getting ready to be baptized, and they're like, "So we rented this house for the missionaries, and we had to move them out because of all the stuff that happened. They had to get out." And I was like, "See, freaking knew it. That house is haunted." So they even had to take them out of the house because they couldn't stay there because too much stuff was happening. And I was like, I knew that was why it was on the market every 3 months. Still want to rent the house, even after all the shit that's happened to me.
How much is the rent?
I don't know. I don't even care. I just want to rent it.
See, that's the thing. We should be quiet because Mr. Landlord guy now thinking you can up the rent.
There are people who will stay.
Right? That's true.
That guy's like, ears are perking up.
Right? Haunted house?
Let me jump on my ad and change it.
Okay. I will only pay $200.
Now, that's something that I've thought about in the past because these haunted places become visitor sites.
Right.
They become tourist traps. If
Maybe
you
that's
have
what I
a
would
haunted
do.
house, that's how you market it.
Maybe I would leave and I would
let's just
just
go
have
get my house
haunted
back.
tours, $10 a tour. You get to walk around the
You
house
would
and
so not. You would be
listen
so
to Duran
scared shitless.
Duran. Oh, I'm not going to be there.
You would never, yeah.
Someone else would be in there
Laura will
showing
be
the
the
tour.
tour guide.
You might see me drive by. You hear the Winnebago horn. Beep, beep. You guys got to excuse Laura. She caught the COVID.
I know, I'm sorry. I'm surprised I've made it this
Yeah,
long, to be
I
honest.
That's scary. I'm excited to. Sarah had to jump off, but I'm excited to chat with her and Jennifer and Mary, and
kind of break down
and have them kind of give their thoughts.
Maybe we could go on a little field trip and just kind of drive by the house, see what feeling they get. You know, they often.
Robin says Airbnb. I like it.
They often first, with these house investigations, they start with a picture of the home because they can glean a lot of things from the picture.
Jennifer can see stuff through a picture.
Maybe take a picture.
Oh, we'll send Jennifer a picture.
Let's send Jennifer a picture of this house.
And
just see what she comes back with.
Yeah.
See, and I honestly, again, I drove by it today. I was out doing stuff.
Let's do a test.
And I couldn't.
Let's take 3 different pictures of 2 random homes and this home. And let's send her those 3 pictures and see what she
What if she comes back? They're all haunted. My picture, my house will not be.
Oh, let's totally add Jared's house.
They've been here.
Jared's will be.
They already said it was clear, except for the 2 ghosts they brought with them.
Yeah.
I've never felt.
Or no, they only brought one with them here, right? It's just one.
I can't remember if it was 1 or 2.
Did it go home with you, Jennifer?
You know what's sad is even after all that, I'm kind of bummed that I've never felt anything here.
You never felt anything here?
Mm-mm.
You're bummed that you...
I am. I don't know.
You're bummed that my home
is clear.
Was not haunted.
Ask my kids. I still, to this day, say I miss my haunted house. And they make fun of me.
But you're bummed that you hadn't felt anything here?
Yeah.
No, you should be happy for me.
I know. There's something wrong with me inside, I'm pretty sure.
She's broken.
It's part of the witchcraft.
Lindsay says do it with Jared's house.
Yes. Yeah.
It's not fair, Lindsay. It's not fair.
I love
Lindsay's
her
a part of the
ghost hunting crew.
The paranormal group. You'll meet her
when we
on
do
the 24th.
the ghost hunt?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she'll be there, and well, hopefully she'll be there. But yeah, Lindsay was on the show. Lindsay and Nate. Nate collects haunted dolls.
Yeah, I haven't heard.
Are you kidding? I missed Nate, the haunted doll collector.
I gave him our doll.
Yeah.
I didn't even see it yet.
I haven't heard.
It was a Raggedy Andy, which the real Annabelle.
Right.
The real Annabelle is a Raggedy Ann.
Doll.
Yeah, I haven't heard if he got anything from it, but
you should.
I feel much better that it's not in my house, regardless.
I haven't heard from Nate.
Yeah, Nate, are you okay?
Good thing or a bad thing? Like,
Nate,
we haven't heard from Nate since.
We need you to check in.
Like, he took the doll and no one's ever heard from him.
Oh my gosh! So I'm going to need to learn how to make a portal, and then how to tell a spirit to get into the portal.
I did.
I need to learn how to do that.
Kelly's going to teach you. She taught me. It's going to be good. Everyone wait for that.
Om Chara. Om Nam Chara. Om Nam Chara.
That's your chant.
Please tell me that anyone knows where.
George and Fred are getting along. Okay, now Nate
I need
has,
anyone.
Nate has
to know what you were just saying.
Om Nam Chara.
Okay, wait.
I know what you were saying.
You know what, Betsy? Do you know what?
Who's Fred?
Fred was the other little doll he has there that runs around.
I thought he just had George.
Or is George there? We named it Fred. Drop Dead Fred. Yeah, George is the little doll that has a spirit that runs around. That he has to cross the legs because it's a gay guy.
Okay, Lindsay, tell us if you've heard from Nate. Is Nate okay? Okay, if Nate's okay, tell us.
Yeah, please.
If he's found anything out about that doll, you have to share with us.
Second, very important.
Yeah,
it's important to me.
Yeah,
because
Lindsay
I'm a
said
huge
that George and Fred
buff
are
person.
getting along. And Lindsay also says, "Come join us." Laura has already purchased her tickets to come to the event to hunt the ghosts to watch.
I'm going to be behind Laura. She's a badass.
Yeah. Stay behind me because I ain't backing down. But I need someone. To tell us what Jared was quoting when he did that.
Om Nam Chaba?
Yeah. Anyone, please.
We'll see.
Because I feel like I'm the only one in the room that knows
Lindsay
what he's...
says she's heard from Nate.
Okay, good. Glad to hear Nate's okay.
George was one that walks through the other. Yeah, George goes to the other apartments. He has to cross the legs of this doll. because it's very
Feminine.
yeah, effeminate. Okay, so what I was saying was the chant off of Indiana Jones in the Temple of Doom.
You were
Gosh.
supposed to say, you're supposed to let the listeners
Well, I
say.
have to. The listeners hadn't said yet, but yes,
Well, 'cause
Well,
that's what they say when they pull the heart out.
who would know that?
I knew that immediately. I was like, I know what
gosh.
he's doing right now.
Steven is a really nice ghost. Oh, at the Benson Grist Mill. Okay, the 24th. Let's plug this real quick. On the 24th, the Benson Grist Mill. There's a tour that night. Ghost hunt, whatever. The
You guys are live podcasting, right?
Correct.
Yeah,
We're gonna do
gonna
some
live
live.
podcast from there, and also gonna record while we wander through and things like that. But come join us. The what is it? Utah Hidden Paranormal,
Hidden Realms.
Hidden Realms, Salt Lake City.
Yeah.
Go to Hidden Realms, Salt Lake City. You can purchase the
They
tickets there.
connect through your
And there's
podcast, though, too.
also you can come through our Facebook, and there's links on if you're listening to this, whatever. But if you're in Utah, want to come check it out. The Hidden Realms group, these guys are they do this all the time, so they're going to break up into littler groups, and then us Frady Cats are going to join them.
Brady
and-
Cats, he means just him.
It-
Me and Betsy are
me, and they're going to kind of guide us through, and they're going to have all the tools there, like the voice recorder thing.
You're so gonna end up podcasting alone while Jared hides under the table.
Oh no, I'm on right now. I'm on a bidding war for a white van, windowless.
He'll be like a mile away.
Yeah, if you
He'll
don't
be
meet,
parked at the Maverick.
There'll be
if you don't
wires.
meet Jared that night, it's because he's hiding under the table.
Yes. But yeah, and then also I want to throw out there for a Halloweenish podcast about that time. Should me and Betsy dress up?
Always, yes.
And
I vote yes.
what should we dress up as? So we'll let you guys.
Okay, I love that.
We'll let the listeners vote on our costumes.
Yes.
And I have a couple of listener tells.
Ooh.
So we're trying to put together an entire show of listener tales. So if you have a scary story that you would like to share,
Yes.
you can send it to our Facebook
If
Messenger.
you'd like to share and you're not willing to come on. If you're willing to come on, you're coming on.
we'll
and
just let you
getting
dial right in.
Getting the Laura treatment, and I will come up with obscure and weird references such as music and or movies from the 90s.
So back to what were they playing?
Yeah, so we'll have EVP.
It was Duran
EMP.
Duran.
Yeah.
Van Halen.
Yeah. But anyways, so but yeah, we're trying to build like a creepypasta type show where listeners send us their spooky tales, and we'll call them out, build a show on that, and hopefully that'll become a couple times a year. We throw that together.
Yeah. That'd be awesome.
I agree.
Cody
You have a
says he
scary
wants me to
story,
wear a
let us know.
smoke alarm costume.
Yes. Okay, Lance
Lance
says you have to do the Freddy Krueger.
Yeah, that's what I always was through like junior
no,
high.
you can't. It's too.
I was Freddy through junior high.
I know.
He
Then
terrified
Ben-
our
it's
cousins.
Ben-
I was little too, and
Yeah.
I'm a little kid. I'd never seen Freddy Krueger. I'd never seen Nightmare on Elm Street.
Did you know that's based on a true story?
It is.
That's a different show. Do not
Okay.
spoil it
I'm
now.
I'm not going to spoil
Because
it, but
I
I'm going to
need to
do
hear
the whole
this.
show.
But anyway, so
I'm curious.
so I'm peeking around the fridge. The way the house was built, you could peek around the fridge and look into the front room, and the TV was against the wall. And they're watching it, and I noticed this scary monster guy has a glove with knives on it. So we had popsicles. I went and ate 5 popsicles real quick. Got an old leather glove, took cardboard and built this Freddy Krueger glove.
He's
they're-
just little. He's just
Out of
little at this
popsicle
time.
sticks.
I'm 5 or 6.
He even sharpened the popsicle
Oh,
sticks.
I made him look real, and they're watching the show. And this is our older cousins. They're probably 15 or 16. And while they're sitting there, I just reach a glove around the wall in front of them. They lose it. We'll have to
Holly and Nikki to this day have PTSD because
we
of that.
need to
I'm
have
sure.
them talk about that one time. That
Yeah.
was funny.
They didn't want to babysit for a long time.
Yeah.
Well,
I
it
bet.
wasn't just that run them off of
Jared's a freaky
babysitting.
kid.
Yeah.
No, I remember my oldest. We would go to the store and we would stand at the end of the Halloween costume aisle,
Oh,
and then she would ask me to go down and pick something. She wouldn't even go down it. So she
Presley would do that.
wait there because she was so scared of the shit down the aisle that she would ask me to go pick out something non-scary for her, and then I would have to bring it back. She wouldn't even walk down the aisle.
Presley would do that. Presley would get mad at me when I walked her down the aisle.
Yeah, it was like too much. She couldn't even see the mask.
We should ask, like Lindsay, or can we dress up for the
You don't get to be Freddy Krueger.
for the
That's all I
ghost
gotta say.
hunt?
Oh yeah.
Can we dress up for the ghost hunt, or might that throw it off, and make it a little leery? So that's a question to ask. Well, if we can't, then we'll do a podcast at a different time. But if we can, it's so close to Halloween, that'll be our
Of course you can.
Halloween.
Dress
Well,
up
I got.
anytime you want.
But the thing is, you don't want people ghost
Literally,
hunting,
2
and then I
days
come
ago-
around in a sheet with holes cut in it and ruin the whole facade.
Yeah, but 2 days ago, your neighborhood kids dressed up and came and trick or treated.
I
They
know.
just decided.
They were like,
It was-
tonight is Halloween.
Yeah.
Good
They were
for
like,
them.
Do you have candy? And they were all dressed up, and I was like,
I have a sucker in the cupboard.
We have some Baby Bell cheese in here.
right.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is,
You get a
Good for them.
Dorito. You get a Dorito.
they were like, we are.
I get a Dorito.
We just decided today is Halloween. So we're
Good
doing
for
it.
them.
Right?
I like it.
Little entrepreneurs.
I like it. But anyways, I think we're about closing this up. But I'm still a little leery that you wanted to stay in the house, and that you wished that my house was. That's the thing that gets me the most. You're wishing that my house was a freaky house.
I would still move into the house tomorrow.
No.
And I do. I really do.
About your house, don't care. You're wishing my house.
Not with demons, but spirits. I think
No.
spirits here would be cool.
No, No, Jennifer didn't see anything. Mary didn't see anything. And then they had the ghost girl answer through the divining rods.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't see anything. So, let's.
You're pretty
There's
clear.
nothing wrong with spirits. It's just,
Oh, yes, we can dress up. All right.
see?
We're showing up, Lindsay. Be ready. I've got to bring something awesome. Something cultural, awesome.
Cultural.
Yeah, that's
gotta
totally
think
your
about it.
normal stance. Let's go with that. I am going to find you something.
But I'm going to dress up awesome. And I've got some Halloween shirts coming. Hopefully they start showing up soon because I want to start sporting those for my, for the podcast.
Yeah.
Today I've got a new shirt on.
Me too.
Yep.
We should totally highlight my shirt.
She's got a wild pot. You got to face the camera.
I don't know how.
And I've got on my Alien and Bigfoot holding hand shirt. Oh, they're bringing the doll down there. Or bring it
Wait,
back
what?
here.
They're bringing the doll to
You're
the...
going to.
Please bring the doll.
What happens if you bring George? Because they got Drop Dead Fred. We don't know if Drop Dead Fred is haunted.
Okay.
But
I
we
need
know
to-
that George is haunted. Are they going to bring George?
is your doll?
No, they
Drop-
named mine Drop Dead Fred.
Yeah, Drop Dead Fred.
I think.
Can we please bring him to the Scary Night show?
What about the George, though? The one that runs around the apartments that you have to cross his legs and carry him all around?
Both. Let's just bring both. I'm taking them with me. I want to do...
Laura's lost her mind.
Yes.
I want to do the ghost hunt with both those dolls in my hands.
Laura's
Bring
roommate is going to have an ad in the paper soon.
No, honestly, please bring the dolls. I want to meet the dolls.
Lindsay, you don't have to buy a shirt to sport. We're going to bring shirts. We're going to bring shirts, throw them into the raffle, and bring enough for your whole crew. Matter of fact,
We'll get with you guys to get sizes and stuff.
she meant to my house. Can we podcast remotely? Lindsay, we can podcast at your house. But yeah, send us some sizes of the crew so that we could make sure we have the appropriate shirts. And then we're just going to throw other shirts into your guys' raffle.
Awesome.
George can say hi to my house. Oh, boy.
I like that guy or
Yes.
girl or whoever.
Yeah, Lindsay. Lindsay's a cool chick.
She's hilarious.
I love that.
She is.
Thank
She
you,
is.
Lindsay. I'm with you. I love that.
Yes.
scene.
All right, so we're going to close down the show now. Thanks for joining us. If you're looking for any of the information, it'll be shared on our Facebook, in the show notes, both on YouTube and through the podcast, BitChute, whatever. Want to throw out, I have another show that's filmed here as well. It's the Tooele Happy Hour. If you want kind of news, politics, still my crass and inappropriate humor, along with Dave.
Yeah, it's still Jared. You still just
Still,
get Jared.
well, I only come in one setting. But you can join us there. You can find us on all your catchers, YouTube, Humna, and on Facebook. It's called The Tooele Happy Hour. If you don't know how to spell Tooele, don't be afraid. No one does.
Thule.
Two.
And
Ely.
let's throw out some Betsy TP time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to get that going.
Yeah, we're trying to get Betsy going on that. As soon as that's up, that'll be on there. But yeah, if you can do us a solid, go to iTunes, rate and review us there. That'll drive up the numbers. And maybe subscribe on YouTube. You don't have to watch, just subscribe so that we don't look pitiful. Anyways, thanks for joining us tonight. And we will see you next week with some more
Halloween fun.
Yeah, it's going to be all scary until November. And then in November, I think right out the gate, I'm going to wash it off by lining up another card reader or someone to bring in a crystal ball or something.
Yeah. We've got to talk Bat Squatch at some point.
Yeah,
Right.
Bat Squatch has to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Dozer.
All right.
All right, thanks everyone,
Thank you.
and we will catch you next week. If you guys, please send us your scary stories.
Yeah, like I said, I've got a couple. Probably not enough for a full show, depending on how much we dive into them. But
But keep them coming. I think once we get say 5, we'll just kick it off.
sounds good.
All right, everyone. Have a good night.
Have a great week.
Not a sign of a human. Why does it feel still? Not a sign of a human.